Okay, so today we're actually going to learn to start a course from scratch. So when you log into your Moodle, you should actually see a screen like this. So this is the screen that you will see, and usually you'll actually have access to all the courses that are in your department. For me, I'll actually see all the courses, but you will see fewer, and you should just select the course that you have signed up to teach. So today we're going to develop the ENG 3U course, so English 11. So let's just click into there. So now you'll see this screen. The first thing you need to make sure of is that you have the editing turned on. So right now I do. If it's not turned on, you will see something like this. Okay, so we're going to turn the editing on. Then when you want to add anything to the front page, you just need to click this little gear here. Now, it's really important to actually put something at the top of the page to show students that they have clicked into the right course and that they can double check that at the top. Okay, so we're going to change the section name from the default, which is nothing, to a message here for the students. So welcome to English 11. Okay, and you can now type in anything you want here. You might want to start with the outcomes that you hope to achieve, or the major units that they'll study, but some sort of welcome message here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to insert a picture. So to do that, you click this little button here, and you can upload a picture from your desktop, so something that you have on your computer, or you can actually input the URL of the picture that you've found online. For me, I actually have a picture selected here, so let's click over, and I'm actually going to select this picture here. Okay, so I've inserted the picture. Now, in the text editor that Moodle provides is actually very similar to Word, so you can just actually drag to make the picture the size that you want. I'm just going to do that. And you can also move it around. Okay, so I've inputted my little message for the students, and then I can save changes. So you'll see that this is what it looks like once it's saved. Now, if you ever want to change this, so for example, this picture is now off to the side, and I actually want this to be centered. If you ever want to change it, you just, again, click the little gear. Okay, and then I can actually center this by doing that. Okay, so there we have our introductory message. Okay, so if you wanted to add any activities, so for example, I mentioned that I will be uploading a course outline and an assessment plan for them to view. All you have to do is click this link here, add an activity or resource. So what you can do here is to add documents. So you can upload a file. So this includes Word documents, PDFs, PowerPoint. So any sort of document that you want to upload, you would just click File. Okay, so I'll just show you what that screen looks like. Okay, so again, we have to give a name to the file. That is actually what shows up on the page. So you might write course outline. Okay, for the description, it's a mandatory field, so you do have to put something there, but you can hide it from the course. So we can just put something like course outline again. Okay. If you do want to display the description, just click this little box here, but we're not going to do that. Now, something that I would actually suggest is that you modify the appearance of the documents. So if you click appearance, this display field here, you can actually click embed. And that will allow the document to actually open up in the window and seem like it's part of the website. So I would actually click embed, and then you can go from there and you can save and display. I don't have the course document on this computer, so we're not going to do that today, but I just wanted to show you what that looks like. So let's click back to our course. Okay. And what we're actually going to demonstrate today is how to upload a lesson. Okay, so let's click this. Okay, so again, we're going to give it a title. Okay, and again, I will modify that later, and you can always do that by clicking the little gear. Okay, so now I'm going to upload a lesson. So the lesson is actually one of the most interactive tools on Moodle. And I'll show you why shortly. Okay, so let's look at Rupert Brooke. So here you have, again, options for the appearance. I would actually suggest that you leave all of these at the default. The only thing that I would actually change, and here you can make availability, but because we're continuous enrollment, we don't want to play with that as well. Prerequisite lessons, this might be actually useful for some of you if you want to make sure that a student has completed a previous lesson before accessing the current lesson. You can select that option here. Because this is the very first lesson of the course, there's nothing here, obviously. But if you have several lessons on the page, you can actually make access to the current lesson dependent on students completing a previous one. The only thing that you do need to change for every lesson is this one here, flow control. Okay. Under this option, allow students to review. If you keep it at no, students will not be able to click on the lesson once they have completed it. So they won't be able to review the material. So you definitely need to change this to yes. Okay. Now, in the lesson, it does allow for you to have questions for students. So something like AFL. And if you want, you can allow students to take those questions multiple times and force them to go into remedial sections if they do not get a certain percentage. Okay. So grade, again, once you've formatted your markbook on Moodle, you can actually sort the grades into a certain section. Obviously with lessons, you probably won't want to count the marks towards their final grade, so that's what I'm actually going to select as well. Okay, so we have our lesson here. Now, I actually want to modify it, obviously, because there's no content. So once you have created your lesson, you can double click on it and it'll open up. Then you should see a screen like this, which will allow you to either import questions from a question bank, add a content page, or add a question page. So I'm just going to add a content page. And again, you'll have the same little text editor that we saw earlier. So okay, so at this point, I actually have a PowerPoint that already has most of the information. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste from that PowerPoint. Okay, so here we have the text from there. Okay, I also want to copy the picture. Okay, so sometimes that happens. So what you would have to do is you'd actually have to save the document as a separate file. Okay, so let's save there, and now you can insert it using that button here. Okay, so now it's uploaded the picture, and you'll notice that this is a very, very big picture, so we'll probably want to change the size. And again, you can just scroll there till you have the little arrows. Okay, so now it's a reasonable size, and again, I will center it. Okay, so here I'm going to create a link for the students. So if they want to learn more about Rupert Brooke, they can click his picture to be taken to a video. Okay, so what you would do then is you would select this, and you would press this little link. Okay, so what happens then is you are able to paste the URL of a YouTube video, and it will actually allow students to go to this link should you want to view the video. So that's one way you can do that. Another way that you can actually do that is actually not by creating a link, but just by embedding a video. So that's what we will learn in our next tutorial.